Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So obviously today's video is going to be on this new hair. I can't come to you guys without addressing the elephant in the room every time, you know, we just get right to it. So today I am going to be doing another wig review for RPG Show. You guys gave me such a positive response on the last video that they reached out to me again, and because it's their 10th anniversary, they wanted me to review another unit for you guys. So I was happy to oblige because I absolutely love that unit. I've worn that unit literally straight for about a month and a half, and I'm actually thinking about purchasing a backup because I know that hair is not virgin, of course, aside from it being colored, but I know the hair itself is probably not virgin hair, and I love that style and that color on me so much that I don't want to be without it. So while it's available, I'm actually thinking about purchasing another one. And I did want to let you guys know that because it is their 10th anniversary, they are offering a $60 coupon. So I will be using that coupon, and you should as well. This is a perfect time to try out any unit that you've ever wanted to try out from RPG Show, because you will get that at a discounted price. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the unit that I received. So the unit that I received from RPG Show this time is obviously a really nice dark curly unit, and it is by the name of Jackie. This is another one of their pre-plucked styled units, and this one was styled by Touch by Tim, if you guys are familiar with him on Instagram or social media. And this is a silky texture unit. It is also 20 inches long. The hair color is its natural color, and I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it is a very true chocolatey rich brown, and I'm actually liking it because usually I don't like brown colors unless it's like a cool tone brown, really dark cool tone, but I'm really liking this chocolatey color brown. The cap size that I got is a 1, which is always. The cap construction of this is a lace front, but it does have the combs on either side, on both sides, and one in the back. And the lace color, I requested medium brown lace, but I really do think that they gave me light brown lace. And as you can see, I'm not a light brown girl, so the lace does seem a little bit light for me, but I did not do any tweaking to this at all. The only thing I did when I received the unit was wash the hair. So I'm going to be showing you guys how the unit looks straight out the box after it was washed without the lace cut off. And then today I'm actually going to be showing you, or not necessarily showing you, you'll be watching it with me. We'll be doing this together. I'm going to be adhering this unit down with real adhesive for the first time ever. I've never done this, but I have to be honest with you guys about the got to be glued. I absolutely love the got to be glued method. I think it is very convenient. It's kind of foolproof, and it saves your edges. But one thing I will say, if you live in the South or in a hotter climate, it's difficult to keep that unit on more than a couple of days, because anytime any moisture gets to that got to be glued, it's a wrap. The hair is going to slide back, or your unit's going to slide back, and it's going to start to lift. And that's not really an issue because you can always reapply it. But the issue that I have is because I am a perfectionist. When I reapply the unit, I have to clean that lace every time. I can't just keep applying glue to the hairline. I think it looks kind of messy. So I have to take the unit off, wash it, clean the hairline, and then do the whole got to be glued method that I showed you guys previously all over again. Doing that every other day, or you know, every day, is very cumbersome. And if I'm just going to work and coming home every single day, I'm fine. I can last about 3 to 4 days. But if I decide to go and walk around outside in the hot heat, or if I decide to go work out or go to a bar, not even like a super turn up night, but just going to a bar where there's like a lot of people and it's a little humid, my unit's gonna start to look a little bit janky, and I don't like that. So I figured I would try to adhere the unit down for the first time. Now this is a big deal for me because I do have a very low forehead, but I've been wearing lace units for years and I've seen this done so many times. I feel like I'm pretty savvy when it comes to hair. So I figured I would give it a try. And obviously I don't recommend doing this on a regular basis because any type of manipulation to your edges will pull your hair out eventually. But every once in a while, especially during the summer months, I don't think it's a bad thing. But we'll go through this together because again, this is my first time. A little bit of glue is definitely going to have to get on my hair. You know what I mean? It's just the name of the game when you don't have a huge forehead. But we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. And if you are interested in seeing that, then stick around. So here I'm just showing you guys how the unit looks. This is after it has been washed and air dried. And I'm just showing you the curl pattern. So now I'm just applying the unit to my head just to test it out to see if it fits properly. I want to make sure that it's not too big or too loose, and just making sure that the lace is looking okay against my skin tone. I do think that this is a light brown lace and not medium brown. It could be transparent, but it's definitely not medium brown. And here I'm just showing you guys the hairline. It is pre-plucked. Now this next step is extremely important because you want to make sure that your hairline is very clean, and the way to do that is to get a 91% alcohol or above and clean your hairline with a cotton pad, and that's just going to remove any oils, any residue, and allow the adhesive to stick properly. Now this step is optional, but I would highly recommend it. Here I am using a scalp protector, and that's just going to add a layer of protection between your skin and the adhesive so that your skin does not get irritated, or it can help prevent it from getting as irritated. I've never used an adhesive around my hairline, so I just want to make sure that I'm just doing everything that I can to make sure that my hairline is protected. So now I am applying the first layer of Ghost Bond, and I would recommend you use your finger or maybe a spatula just to get a more even, thin layer. But you do have to add 4 layers of this, so you don't want to put it on too thick at first, and I kind of made a mistake there. After the first layer turns clear, you want to then apply your second layer, and you can tell how sticky it is because that little nozzle is kind of sticking to my hairline. But this is the time where you want to apply your second layer, and as you can see, I have a few little bubbles, and that's what I meant by making sure to apply a very thin layer because you don't want that, trust me. Now we are on to the third layer. Now this is my first time again using adhesive, so I'm not sure if 4 layers is really necessary, but because it was my first time, I definitely followed the directions and everyone else's directions that I saw on YouTube. So I am applying my third layer, and I am just smoothing that out in front of my hairline, making sure that it is as smooth as I can possibly get it. Now it is time for the final and 4th layer. I am just applying that as I did all the rest, making sure that each time the adhesive has turned clear in between, and it is very sticky at this point, but as you can see, this is how sticky it is on my finger, and that stuff, it's not playing no games. So now that we have allowed the last layer to dry, it is time to apply the unit. So I'm just putting the combs in the back, and I'm going to start applying this section by section. And I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I did apply these layers a little too thick because you can kind of see residue, and it should be very flat. So of course this was my first time, but I definitely noticed that after applying the unit that it was a little bit thicker than I would have liked. Now I'm just going to apply the other side, and as you can see, there is a little bit of buckling there, and I'm trying to fix it here, but honestly, once you're done, you're not going to be able to tell, so don't worry if that ends up happening to you. In the end, it'll all turn out okay. Now try not to use your fingertips. Being that I have long nails, that does help. That glue will turn white on you, so just get you a rat tail comb or something other than your actual fingers, because the oil from your fingers will turn the glue white again. So just be very, very careful when applying the unit on top of that adhesive. So I went ahead and zoomed you guys out so you can see the finished product, and I'm pretty pleased with it for it to be my first time. I think it looks really, really nice and natural, and as you can see, the hairline looks pretty good, so I'm not mad at it. Now look at how voluminous this hair looks. I mean, the hair is super lush, and I'm loving that, as you can tell. I love how big it is, but I am going to tame it down just a little bit with some water. I don't want it to be too frizzy. So this next step is very optional. This is me applying the baby hairs to the unit. Now I kind of wish I did not do this because I don't feel like it was really necessary, but a lot of you guys asked me before how I do my baby hairs, and I basically just take the Got to Be Glued gel and apply it to my hairline and just kind of design the baby hairs how I like them to be. The reason why I use the Got to Be Glued gel is because if you use any other gel that's not as strong as a hold, the baby hair will kind of lift up from your skin, and that's because this is not real baby hair, of course. So you want to make sure that it's literally gel stuck down to your skin so that it can look a little bit more natural. So here's how it looks after I've laid down all the baby hairs, as you can see. So it does kind of help when you do the baby hairs because it can hide any mistakes that you've made when applying your unit. But this hairline looks pretty good, I have to admit. And I also wanted to show you guys that you can put this unit up in a bun and it still looks very natural, honestly. I've never worn any of my units up, but I may just wear this one up because look at that. It looks really nice. And look at the back, you guys. Amazing. So after applying the Ghost Bond, I'm really liking the Ghost Bond, you guys. The Ghost Bond glue is like lit. Like I can literally pull this unit and it's not going anywhere. Like I feel so confident, and that is an amazing feeling when you are wearing a full unit. It is amazing to feel confident knowing that it's gonna look how it looked when you left the house, and your hairline is not going to be jacked up throughout the day or if you sweat or whatever. So I'm loving the Ghost Bond glue, and it is tight on my head. Like I can feel it like cured to my head, which is a good thing. It doesn't feel like it's like pulling my hair out or anything, but I can tell that it is definitely on and it is tight and glued down. Okay, so I'm gonna keep you guys updated as to how this lasts, how long it lasts, and how it's gonna be taking this off, and hopefully we don't lose any baby edges because Lord knows I can't afford it. Okay, but it is very important to do your research before you glue your hair down or before you glue any lace wig down, and also do your research on how to remove. But I'll come back and I probably will show you guys how I do it so that you guys can really get a good look, and especially with a girl like me with a short forehead, it's inevitable that a little bit of glue is going to get on my hair, period. And I want to keep all my baby hairs. You guys know I'm obsessed, so I like my hair coming all the way down, like my natural hair. I don't want to do it too much with the lace front, but my natural hair, it comes down close to my eyebrow, and I want to keep that hair, you know. This is how the hairline is looking. I would say not too shabby, not too shabby. Again, that lace is a little bit light for my liking, and I didn't tint the lace, I didn't bleach the knots or anything, so I think it looks pretty good for no manipulation. And I did want to show you guys how a unit will look if you just wore it right out the box, you know what I mean? That's important because when you're spending this kind of money, you don't want to have to do a ton of things, you know. So I think it's important for the regular girl that's not a beautician to be able to apply these units, you know, with a little bit of help from tutorials and look amazing. That is the whole point of these units. So yeah, I do think the hairline looks really, really nice. It can stand a little bit of plucking. I don't feel like the plucking on this unit is as good as my last unit, but it could be because my last unit was light and the knots were probably bleached a little bit more and they didn't have to be as careful because it was a blonde unit. Now with this one, you don't want to bleach, you know, or over bleach, because you're going to get, you know, blonde roots, and that's not cute when you have dark hair. So the knots definitely could be bleached a little bit. I think the lace for me could be tinted, but if they would have sent me the medium brown, it would have been perfectly fine. I do want to get into the hair though. So the hair itself, as you can see, it's a curly texture, but it is a silky texture. So this hair is obviously processed to get this curl. I'm not sure if it was a chemical process or a steaming process, but how I was able to tell was because when I got the unit and after I washed it and everything, the ends were really, really straight. I don't know if you guys can see that because I have cut off a little bit of the straight ends, but I did leave a little bit because I didn't want to compromise the length. I wanted to show you guys the full 20 inches on me. But yeah, the ends are very straight. Now the stock picture does show kind of like a scraggly end, and I like that. That's one of the reasons why I was, you know, amped to try the unit, because the curls look really natural and like beachy. But it's just a little bit too uniform and straight for me, and like I said, I've actually helped it out by cutting a few of those ends off. But that's one thing I do not like about the unit. Okay, the other thing that I'm a little bit concerned with is that the texture of the hair is not like juicy curls, and that's because it's probably not virgin hair. So it does kind of get a little bit frizzy, and I do have a little bit of mousse on it, but I've been playing with this side more just so you guys can see the difference. So as you can see, this side is a little bit more defined and this side is a little bit more frizzy. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it kind of worries me, like if I'm constantly messing in this hair, what am I going to look like by the end of the day? Because I just feel like the hair is not naturally curly, so it's going to not, you know, hold such a nice juicy curl throughout the day. Yeah, I may be wrong, but from right now, that's what I'm seeing just by fooling with this side a little bit. It's just a little bit frizzy, but I do think mousse will be able to combat that, and you'll be fine if you just put some mousse on it and maybe throw a little bit of a serum on it. I think you'll be fine. But I did want to let you guys know that this is definitely not virgin hair, and it's obvious. But one thing I will say, the hair is extremely, extremely, extremely soft. When I washed the hair, I was surprised at how easy my fingers glided through the hair. No tangling whatsoever, but I did get a little bit of shedding, so I did want to let you guys know that. But other than that, you guys, I am liking the hair. I'm liking the style. I'm loving the chocolate brown on me. I don't know, it's just something about it, like it's giving me a little bit of a 70s vibe. That's why I put my little jumpsuit on today and a little brown lip. But yeah, I'm loving this like chocolate brown on me. I usually don't go for that type of color, but it's different and I'm enjoying it. So let me know your thoughts on this unit. What do you guys think about the style on me, the color on me, and what do you guys think about the hair, the hairline, everything? Do you think it's worth the money? Just let me know. Let's talk about it a little bit in the comment section. All of the details of this unit will be in the description bar, along with that coupon code, and that coupon code will end on June 30th. So definitely go out and get you a unit. If you have been wanting to get an RPG show unit, this is the perfect time. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment section, and I will talk to you girls on my next one. Bye.